We are here at the Pressnitztalbahn in Saxony, where the local museum railroad holds its annual festival on the Pentecost weekend. This year there was an additional reason to celebrate: the LGB's 50th anniversary. And what would be more appropriate than combining the garden railroad with its impressive prototype on this occasion? Visitors were able to experience steam engines up close. Initially, 96 pieces of this legendary narrow gauge railroad were built in Chemnitz by the Richard Hartmann factory. We are very proud to now be in possession of 4 of those locomotives. The line was operated regularly up until the 1980s, when business dropped off dramatically. Trucks, bridges, cars, everything was gone. The locomotive shed here in Jöhstadt decayed and crumbled until nothing more than a ruin was left. We then decided, with a great deal of naivety, to take on this project and start rebuilding bits of the premises. Initially, we predicted that we work on this for 2 to 3 years maximum, but the project eventually took up 10 years. We were able to reactivate 8 kilometers from Jöhstadt to Steinbach, which is about 1/3 of the original railroad line, and reopen it for train traffic. Even some special guests arrived for the big celebrations. LGB offers a few models of the narrow-gauge trains at the Baltic Sea and the island of Rügen. Since their line is same the gauge as ours, we decided to invite them over, so that we now have 2 guest locomotives on the ground, one MH52, Series 994632, which is a typical engine to operate on Rügen, and a Series 994652, which was initially used for military purposes, but which was then relocated to Rügen. The engines come with cars from the Rügensche Bäderbahn, so that our visitors can enjoy an authentic train from the Baltic Sea and take a ride on board as well.
Und so können wir einen wunderschönen Rügenzug mitten im Erzgebirge zeigen, präsentieren und die Leute können mitfahren.
And most visitors were all too happy to do so. It still is a very special experience to take a trip aboard these magnificent trains. What can be better than traveling by train while smelling the smoke and soot from the mighty steam engine up front? What a lovely view! Yet the large steam engines weren't the only attraction at the event. Fans of garden railroads were able to enjoy several exhibits on the grounds as well. Of course, there were a few 4K engines to be discovered there. This layout was put up specially for this exhibition. Many LGB clubs had brought their layouts to the event. Some of them depicted landscapes from Switzerland or the United States. Fortunately, model railroaders can find a ready supply of models that are appropriate for these environments. After all, the Wild West is well suited for telling exciting stories, although not all of them end well. Yes, Malay engines can also be found in the States, only they are a tad bigger than their European relatives. It is heartbreaking to think that this layout will only last for the duration of this event. Afterwards, it will be disassembled. Its maker, however, doesn't really take this too hard. Yes, of course, it is a pity that this layout won't last, but at the same time, it is great fun to put it up in the first place. Plus, I think the compliments that I have been getting from visitors, even from the States, just makes up for all the trouble. The LGB took advantage of the occasion to present a very special new item.
Es ist eine weitere 6K.
This is another version of a 6K engine. By popular demand, we have developed an engine depicting the early era 3 version of the prototype as a limited series. The model comes with double headlights, authentic metallic number plates and the characteristic horseshoe on the smokebox door. To this date, no one has been able to tell me why that horseshoe used to hang there on the prototype. Yet, this engine wasn't the only one that came with a horseshoe. It was a fairly common practice here in Saxony. This could well be a lucky charm. Or can you think of another explanation? At the LGB booth, Märklin representatives were looking forward to many nice conversations. Customers clearly appreciate models depicting prototypes that actually exist in real life, and it is a great experience for everyone to actually see them side by side. This is possible today at our photo stop, where visitors are able to take pictures of the model and the prototype passing by. Of course, visitors also inquire about the clubs and contact us with different issues, so we offer support here on the grounds as well. In addition, we offer a small gift to the visitors and respond to any technical queries. It makes sense to have a large team available to enhance the customer support and be approachable for club members and all other visitors during such events. In the end, there were only happy faces to be seen in Jöhstadt that weekend. The beautiful Pressnitztal Railroad sure is worth a visit. The VG Bahn, a German publishing house specializing in railroad magazines, has been awarding its annual Golden Track Award for more than 10 years. The award is meant to honor outstanding model railroad products. This year the event was held at the Oechsle Museum, home of the famous steam engine series 99633. The engine hauled an extra with the attending guests on board all the way to Ochsenhausen. There the awards presentation was held at the engine shed. Märklin was one of the most successful companies of the event, taking home an amazing 4 Golden Track Awards.
Wenn man sie sieht, wenn man sie erlebt, da geht's einem auf und sagt man, ein Wahnsinnsfahrzeug.
As soon as you see this item, you will notice its top quality. Series 103, produced by Märklin with the elongated driver's cab. The model was made from completely new tooling and comes with countless digital functions. It is worth taking a closer look at one of those, as this particular feature has never been implemented in our industry before. Please observe the driver's cab, where you will soon be able to spot something special.
Da ist er. Und das gab's in dieser Baugröße in der Form noch nicht.
And there he is. This is really fun innovation, and I'm sure it's also one of the reasons why the readers decided to give their vote to this model. May I ask Uwe Müller and Wolfrat Bächle to join me up here? Mr. Bächle will sure be able to tell you a great deal more about this great engine than its movable engineer. Wolfrat Bächle is a genuine expert when it comes to this version of Series 103.
Die Lokomotive hatte ihre Geschichte eigentlich schon in den 60er Jahren.
The engine's career already began in the 1960s. 145 pieces were built as a whole, 30 of which came with the elongated driver's cab. It seems like the DB already anticipated that we would someday want to put in a movable engineer, and therefore decided to give us a little more space to do so. I can only say thank you for the lovely recognition, and we proudly receive this award. Hagen von Ortloff was anchoring the event in his usual witty and competent fashion. And there comes the next Golden Track Award for Märklin.
Und es ist ein hervorragend detailliertes Modell.
With this item, Märklin has created a richly detailed model of this popular engine, which operated on a regular basis up until 1988. I would like to congratulate Mr. Bächle and Mr. Müller on the win.
So, Sie wieder zu dir.
Vielen Dank, Altes.
Vielen Dank für den Preis. Minitricks oder die Spur N ist immer noch eine sehr schwierige, hart umkämpfte Spurweite.
Thank you for this award. Minitricks and the N scale are still a highly contested segment. Although the scale is rather small, we have to meet high customer expectations. That's why we settled on larger engines that could easily fit it with many details as well as sound and light effects. After all the effort we have made to create this engine, we are more than happy that the readers appreciate this as well. Thank you.
Recht herzlichen Dank nochmal.
The next Golden Trek Award for Märklin was awarded in the category Freight Cars in half-O scale.
Super fein detailliert, perfekt lackiert, super bedruckt, wie Märklin eigentlich immer.
The cars are very highly detailed. Both the color scheme and the printing were carried out to perfection, as it is to be expected from any Märklin item. It only takes an appropriate freight load on top of that to turn these rather simple cars into genuine masterpieces. Congratulations on this excellent item.
Dankeschön. Herr Alkhofer, Sie haben ja wieder das meiste
Thank you.
vorweggenommen, aber
Much has already been said on this item, but I should add the reason why we decided to release a default item such as these brown cars. Our previous ore cars have become rather outdated by now, and we realized that they needed to be updated, so customers would have appropriate cars available. The Erz 1D will be followed by the Erz 2D and 3D. We are happy to receive the award in this category.
Folgen, wie Sie wissen. Deshalb nehmen wir den Preis gerne entgegen. Vielen herzlichen Dank für die Auszeichnung.
And here comes another. This award was for outstanding models in the category Accessories for N and Z-Scale models.
Und den ersten Preis gewinnt eine große Brauerei, Wein Stefan.
The first prize will be awarded for this model scale version of the St. Stephan Brewery, a challenging assembly kit even for seasoned model builders. May I ask the Märklin representatives, did you send someone down there to actually take the measurements, since Märklin strives to stay true to the original scale?
Bitte schön, treten Sie näher.
Please join me up here on the stage.
Weil der ist natürlich noch deutlich größer. Wenn Sie hier das Gebäude bemaßen müssten, als wie so ein Wagen, da hätten Sie ordentlich zu tun.
No, luckily we didn't have to actually walk around with a tape measure and record the measurements. This item still is a remarkable product. It's not a usual building to be found on layouts, which often come with smaller, idyllic train stations and such. You may recall, however, that 2016 marked the 500th anniversary of the German purity law for beer brewing. And what could be more fitting on this occasion than an actual brewery? The complex does offer enough space to accommodate railroad cars as well, so it will definitely be a great item on many layouts.
Passt vielleicht doch auf die eine oder andere Anlage. Danke nochmal.
A toast to all companies who took home awards in a total of 19 categories. This is such an important event and a great opportunity to meet with other players in the industry. Of course, it's also a lovely recognition of our endeavors of the previous years. The Crocodile in its special switching version was released a while ago. Now it is joined by another club model, a steam engine with a set of matching cars.
Das zweite Insider-Modell Märklin und Clubmodell Trix 2018 ist die Baureihe 65. Im Vorbild gab es von dieser Maschine nicht arg viele. Ganze 18 Stück beschaffte die Bundesbahn von dieser Neubaulokomotive.
The second club model for Märklin and Trix for 2018 is Series 65. In real life, only 18 pieces of this engine were produced in total between 1951 and 1956. For many years, this engine has been a major item on many club members' wish lists. The model is now largely made of metal, including the boiler, frame and water tanks, including the bottom parts of the tender. The motor, including flywheel, is mounted centrally inside the boiler, while the tender houses a decoder and speaker. The driver's cab allows for an unobstructed view.
Der Decoder mit Lautsprecher. Das Führerhaus ist mit freiem Durchblick und bodentief konstruiert und ein besonderer Hingucker ist auch der Bereich rund die Rauchkammer.
Another great detail is the smoke box and the open work boiler props, as well as the visible springs. In addition, both the brakes and the sandpipes are depicted on the engine as well. The model then also comes with numerous mounted handrails made of either metal or plastic. If you own a CS3 or CS2, updated to version 4.2 software, you will be able to access up to 30 different functions such as tail lights. Please note that this is only the very first version of this model that was actually assembled from original parts. The model will also come with an integrated smoke generator. The lighting poses a particular challenge. One of the 4 axles is spring-mounted. The rest are built to allow side-to-side movement, which improves handling characteristics.
Wir haben uns als passendes Wagenset eine Garnitur von 3 Nahverkehrswagen ausgesucht.
The matching train set for this engine comprises 3 passenger cars for regional train traffic, commonly known as Silverlings. Each car is equipped with interior lighting provided by LEDs, current-carrying couplers, as well as figures of passengers and the engineer at the front end of the train. The driver's cab on this train was unusually small, which is why it got the nickname Rabbit Hutch. All of the small figures placed inside the cars were supplied by Preiser. The steam engine Series 65 and its set of matching trains make for a typical Era 3 ensemble. No doubt it will soon be found on many layouts. This early version already suggests how wonderful the actual models are going to look. Deadline for ordering is August the 31st, 2018.